Day one of training camp, Robert Griffin III saying he feels very much like his old self.
Robert throws it upfield, open to Sean Jackson at the 35, and he is hurt on the sideline.
What's he got, ankle?
Robert has a dislocated ankle. We'll know in a few more weeks how long he'll be out.
Robert Griffin III will start on Sunday against the Minnesota Vikings.
Sacks on 3 consecutive plays.
The Peytons, the Aaron Rodgers, those guys don't play well if their guys don't play well. I need every one of those guys in that locker room.
He needs to worry about himself, number one, and not everybody else. From his basic performance, just critiquing Robert, it was not even close to being good enough.
Griffin's hit from behind, sack. Griffin gonna be hit, sack. Griffin is down.
Due to our recent struggles offensively, I thought I'd try to change it to Helm. Colt deserves another opportunity, being that he had a lot of success as a starter.
Colt McCoy aggravated that neck injury. Robert Griffin III is in the game. Robert fires, caught, touchdown.
You got to go out there and when your number's called, be ready to go, and that's what I did.
Colts on IR. It's up to Robert to keep the job.
Our Camp Countdown series continues today with the Washington Redskins, who open up camp in exactly 27 days. And, Jamie, it just seems like the success of the Redskins begins and ends this year with the resurrection of RG3, the possible resurrection. And Kayvon from Facebook wants to know if that's going to happen.
Well, it depends on what the coach does. If he and Robert can get on the same page, and Robert is not just a drop-back passer. He's wanting to make Robert a drop-back passer, as opposed to making Robert an athlete quarterback, which he is. If they wanted a drop-back passer, maybe they should have dropped a drop-back passer. But that's the problem. They got to work together. They got to meet somewhere in the middle with Robert's unique skill set. They have to meet in the middle if this is going to be successful, in my opinion.
Well, he does get a little bit of help because a lot of people were surprised when the Redskins took an offensive tackle in the first round with their first pick, taking Brandon Sheriff. And Sean from Facebook wants to know, what can the Redskins expect from this first round?
They can expect mean, nasty, tough, physical, knows how to finish players off. And that's what they need. They got another guy like that on the other side when you start talking about the silverback and Williams. And so now you've got two mean, physical offensive tackles that are going to make a real difference. And one of the ways you can also help Robert is actually to continue to develop that.
He's not RG3 anymore. He's just Robert.
He's Robert,
He's
yes.
just Robert.
And the running game. So if you hook that running game up and Robert's got the sheriff in town who's going to do some things, and Trent Williams, I think they're going to be better.
All right. Also depends on what happens with Alfred Morris. We saw him have a big rookie year. Can he have a big year this year with Robert as well? Also a big year for Jay Gruden. Let's send it over to Stephen Willie for more on that and the defense.
That's right. I'm here with three-time Super Bowl champion Willie McGinnis. We're not going to talk about Robert the way that Jamie did, but Ben Tyler on Twitter, he wants to know what Jay Gruden needs to do to make things happen in 2015. Is this a must-year for Big Jay Gruden?
I don't think it's a must-year for Jay Gruden, but I do think it's a must-year for RG3 going into his fourth season. He has to prove that he's the quarterback for the Washington Redskins. They gave up so much for him. Jay Gruden, I've talked to some Redskin players. They love his system. They love his energy. They love the way he talks to all the players and treats all the players the same. He has to find a quarterback to play within his system. So I don't think it's a must-win year for Jay Gruden just yet.
Yeah, I don't think he'll get the Turk if they don't win, but we do think that Robert could. All right, now, Jake Tedford tweeted us, and he wants to know your thoughts about the Redskins' defense.
Well, I like what they did. They fortified the front seven. They brought in some defensive linemen that could help stop the run and get some pressure, interior pressure from the inside out. And then on the back end, you go out and get Deshaun Goshen because they were giving up big plays in the passing game. They got to stop the run, and they got to turn the football over. You got to get turnovers. Now, a lot of the struggles that happened on the defensive side was, of course, because of the offense. If you turn the football over and you're not good on third down, the defense gets a lot of rest. There's a direct effect there. So they got to play complementary football, but the defense, I think, brought in some pieces that's going to help that side of the ball.
Yeah, Scott McCloughan, the old 49ers general manager, brought over a couple ex-49ers to make that defense a little better.